Hello friends, greetings of the day. Welcome to the online session of Business Economics. Friends, in this session, we are going to learn chapter number 2, that is Theory of Demand and Supply. Now this chapter is divided into 3 units. Unit number 1 is Law of Demand and Elasticity of Demand. Unit number 2 is Theory of Consumer Behavior. And unit number 3 is law of supply. So chapter number 2 has 3 different units. Now out of these 3 units, today we are going to start unit number 1, that is law of demand and elasticity of demand. So let us first learn what is the meaning of demand. In order to create demand in economics, there is the requirement of 3 essential elements. If these 3 elements come together, then and then demand is said to be possible. The first element is need or desire. First of all, you must have need or desire of something. If you do not have need of any product or you do not have any desire, in that case the demand cannot take place. Say for example, you want to write something and you need a ball pen for that. So that is considered as a need. If you want to write something but you say that you will not write with a simple pen, but you require a pen worth 500 rupees, Parker pen worth 500. In that case, that is not considered as a need, but it is considered as your desire. So you should have either need or desire. Now only need or desire cannot create an effective demand, but besides that, need or desire plus you require ability to pay. Now ability to pay means the capacity to make payment. That means if you want to purchase a pen, you need to have money for purchasing that particular pen. Means you should have sufficient amount with which you can buy that particular pen. Say for example, you want to buy this pen and you have 5 rupees for buying that pen. It means that you have ability to pay for this pen. But your desire is to have a Parker pen and you have 500 rupees for buying that Parker pen. It means that you have ability to make the payment for this Parker pen. But need or desire and ability to pay, these two factors cannot work to make effective demand. Another factor, third factor, is willingness to purchase, or we can say readiness to purchase. You should be ready to purchase that pen right now. If you are not willing to purchase or you are not willing to spend this 5 rupees for this particular pen, in that case demand cannot happen. So need must be there, ability must be there, and willingness to purchase must be there. If these 3 factors come together, then and then the demand of a product can arise. So in order to create an effective demand, you need 3 factors, that is need or desire plus ability to pay plus willingness to purchase. Now another topic is what determines demand. That means we are going to learn the determinants of demand. Determinants of demand means the factors that affect the demand of a product. That means which are the factors because of which the demand of a product will increase or decrease. Let us learn them one by one. The first factor is price of the commodity. The price of any commodity will affect the demand of that particular commodity. So for example, if price of a product has increased, its quantity demanded will decrease. Why? Because when price of a product has increased, it means that it is going to decrease the purchasing power of the person. When price increases, the purchasing power, or we can say capacity to purchase, will be reduced. And when capacity to purchase is reduced, he will purchase less quantity. So the demand will decrease. And when the price of a product has decreased, it means that when price decreases, the consumer will have now more purchasing power, and when he has more purchasing power, he will purchase more of the good and the quantity demanded will increase. So when price increases, quantity demanded decreases, and when price decreases, quantity demanded increases. Now two variables are moving into opposite direction. When they are moving into opposite direction, we can say that there is inverse relation, or this inverse relation is also termed as negative relation or indirect relation. It can be inverse relation or negative relation or indirect relation. So an MCQ can be asked here, that what is the relationship between price and quantity demanded? The answer is inverse relation or negative relation or indirect relation. Another factor that will affect the demand is price of related commodities. Now price of related commodity means those commodities that are related to one particular commodity. In that section we are going to learn two types of commodities. One is complementary goods. First of all, let us understand what is complementary goods. Complementary goods means the goods which are used together or simultaneously. Means the goods which are used together are considered as complementary goods. Say for example, this is an ink pen, and in order to use this ink pen you need ink. So the ink pen and ink are the products which are used together. Without this ink, this pen is useless, or without this pen, this ink is useless. So the goods are used together. When the goods are used together, they are considered as complementary goods. Now when price of ink pen will increase, the demand of ink will decrease. Why this happens? Let us understand. When price of ink pen increases, it means that ink pen has become costlier, and when ink pen has become costlier, the people will not purchase this ink pen. When the people do not purchase this ink pen, they will not require ink, and as a result the demand of ink will be decreased. But when the price of ink pen has decreased, the demand of ink will increase. Why? Because when price of ink pen has decreased, it means that ink pen has been now cheaper. When ink pen is cheaper, more number of people will purchase ink pen. When more ink pen is purchased, they will require more ink, so the demand of ink will increase. So the two variables are moving into the opposite direction. It means that there is inverse relation. So we can conclude that the price and demand of complementary goods will have inverse relationship always. Once again, the price and demand of complementary goods will have inverse relationship. Another category of related good is competing goods, or we can say substitute goods. Substitute goods means the goods which are used in place of one another. The goods which are used in place of one another. Let us take the example. This is pen and this is ink pen. Now you can use either this ball pen or this ink pen. You can use ink pen in place of this ball pen, or you can use this ball pen in place of this ink pen. So the goods are used in place of one another. These kind of goods are considered as substitutes. So when price of ball pen increases, the demand of ink pen will increase. Why this? Because when the price of ball pen has increased, it means that the ball pen has become costlier. When ball pen has become costlier, less number of people will purchase ball pen and people will shift to the ink pen. When people shift to the ink pen, the demand of ink pen will increase. And when price of ball pen has decreased, the demand of ink pen will decrease, because when price of ball pen has decreased, it has become cheaper. So more number of people will purchase ball pen rather than this ink pen. So the demand of ink pen will decrease. So the two variables are moving into the same direction. When they are moving into the same direction, there is positive relation between them. So when there is price and demand of substitute goods, once again price and demand of substitute goods will have positive relation. So price and demand of complementary goods will have inverse relation, but the price and demand of substitute goods will have positive relation. Another factor is level of income of the households. Whenever income increases, this will increase your purchasing power, and when your purchasing power increases, the demand will increase. And when the income decreases, this will reduce your purchasing power, and as a result the demand will decrease. Say for example, this is basmati rice, and the income of the consumer increases, he will start purchasing more basmati rice, and when his income decreases, he will reduce his consumption, so the demand for basmati rice will decrease. Now two factors are moving into the same direction. It means that there is a positive relation between income and demand. But this happens for the normal goods only. Income and demand has positive relation for normal goods. In case of inferior goods means the low quality goods, the goods with lower quality. So for example, this is Jirasar rice. Now basmati rice is superior quality rice, but Jirasar rice is inferior quality rice. Now when the income of the person increases, he will start purchasing good quality rice rather than this inferior quality rice. It means that he will cut down the consumption of this low quality rice and he will shift to the consumption of this good quality rice. So the demand for inferior good will decrease. When the income increases, demand for inferior goods will decrease. And when the income decreases, he will be forced to cut down the consumption of good quality goods, and he will start consuming this inferior quality goods. And when he starts inferior quality goods, the demand of it will increase. So in case of normal goods, income and demand will have positive relation, but in case of inferior goods, income and demand will have inverse relation. Next factor is taste and preference of the consumers. When taste and preference means likes or dislikes of the consumers. When the consumers like that particular product which is launched in the market, it means that the taste and preference is favorable for that product. And when taste and preference is favorable, the demand will increase. But if the people do not like that product, it means that the taste and preference is unfavorable. If it is unfavorable, the demand for the product will decrease. Say for example, this new style of jeans is introduced into the market and people like this kind of jeans. When people like it, the demand of this jeans will increase. But if people do not like this kind of jeans, it means that taste and preference is unfavorable. And when it is unfavorable, it is known as demand will decrease. Now this kind of effect which is created because of taste and preference, this effect is known as demonstration effect. Why this demonstration effect? Because when a person purchases this new fashion of jeans, he will demonstrate this jeans to the other person, and other person will also be attracted to purchase this jeans, so he will also purchase it. He will show it off to the other person, and other person will also be attracted to purchase it. In that manner, more number of people will be buying that jeans, so the demand of that jeans will increase, and this effect is created because of demonstration. That is why this effect is known as demonstration effect. Other factors which affect the demand is the size of population. When the size of population is large or it is increasing, it means that the demand of the product will increase. But when there is small size of population, it means that the number of consumer is less. When the consumer is less, it means that the demand will decrease. So there is positive relation between size of population and demand. Another factor is composition of population. Composition of population means the type of people who are there in your country. They may be children, youth, or old age. The country in which the number of children is higher, the demand for the products related to the children will increase. Say for example, demand of these cartoon books, demand of toys, fruits, and all these things which are related to the children, the demand of these products will be higher. But the country where the number of youth is higher, in that case the demand for the products related to the youth will increase. The demand of fashionable garments, demand of this laptop and mobile phone and accessories, these kind of demand will increase. But the country in which the number of old age people is higher, in that case the demand for the products related to the old age will increase. The demand related to this walking stick and this walking chair and walker, and demand related to this medical facilities, demand related to this old age diaper, all these things will increase because there is more number of old age people. So the composition of population, whatever be the number of people higher, the demand related to that product will increase. Another factor is distribution of income. Distribution of income, here we mean the distribution of national income in the country. If the distribution of national income is unequal, it means that only small amount of people have higher income, but the other people are very much poor. They do not have a very good amount of income. So it is considered as unequal distribution. When a country has unequal distribution of national income, in such case the demand for luxurious goods will be higher. It means that these rich class of people will have more purchasing power, and as a result of having more purchasing power, they will also always purchase these luxurious goods, so the demand of luxurious goods will be higher. But an economy where income is distributed equally, all the population is getting equal share out of the national income, that is, national income is distributed equally. When there is equal distribution of national income, the demand for necessity goods will be higher, because everyone has similar purchasing power, so there is no need of luxury, there is no need of show off. So everyone will have the capacity to purchase the necessity goods only, so the demand of necessity goods will be higher in such case. Then consumer credit facilities. Consumer credit facilities means the facilities related to the loan. If loans are easily available, consumer credit facility is easily available, the demand will be increased. And if this consumer credit facility is not available or it is less available, in that case demand will decrease. And comes interest rate. Interest rates, when loan is available but the interest rates are very much higher. When the interest rates are higher, it means that it will be costly to take the loan, and as a result people will take less amount of loan and demand will decrease. But if the interest rates are lower, in that case the demand will increase, because when interest rates are lower, it means that it will be very much cheaper to take the loan, and more number of people will take the loan, the demand will increase. So these all are the factors that affect the demand of a product. Now on the basis of this we can prepare a demand function. What do we mean by demand function? Demand function is the functional relationship between the demand and factors affecting the demand. Now this is the demand of X, this is F. F is functional relationship, F shows function, and these all are the factors that affect the demand. Let us take them one by one. First is D of X. D of X is demand of product X. P of X, that is price of the commodity X. It means that price of commodity affects the demand of commodity. So when price of commodity increases, its demand will increase. Then comes M. M stands for money income of the consumer. When income of the consumer increases, demand will increase, and income decreases, demand will decrease. Then P of Y. Y stands for substitute goods. So the price of substitute goods will also affect the demand of this product. Then PC stands for price of complementary goods. When price of complementary goods change, this will create change on the demand of product X. Then comes test and preference. The test and preference will also affect the demand of product. And A stands for advertisement expenditure. So when advertisement expenditure increases, it will result into increase in the demand, and when advertisement expenditure decreases, this will reduce the demand of X. So all these factors affect the demand. So demand is the function of price, money income, price of substitute goods, price of complementary goods, test and preference, and advertisement expenditure. These all are the functional relationship with the demand. So that's all for now. Thank you.